Now, the US president has announced new guidelines to limit the spread of the virus, including limiting social gatherings to less than 10 people. Donald Trump says he's not currently considering a nationwide curfew, but one could be imposed in certain hotspots.
My administration is recommending that all Americans, including the young and healthy, work to engage in schooling from home when possible, avoid gathering in groups of more than 10 people, avoid discretionary travel, and avoid eating and drinking at bars, restaurants, and public food courts. If everyone makes this change or these critical changes and sacrifices now, we will rally together as one nation, and we will defeat the virus, and we're going to have a big celebration all together.
Now to Alan Fisher, who's in Washington, D.C. So a tightening of the measures, but not perhaps as far as other countries are going.
Well, he was asked specifically, are you considering a national quarantine? And he said no, but they may look at some hotspots. It's interesting that the man who is leading the medical response to the coronavirus here in the United States says some people may say, is this too inconvenient to introduce these restrictions for 15 days? Have we gone too far? The answer is no, we have not, because if you think you're ahead of where you are, you're not. You're actually always just slightly behind, which slightly contradicts what Donald Trump said later in that statement when he said we're ahead of the curve. Just in the last few minutes, I've been listening to the rest of the briefing, which is still going on. He was asked, how would you rate how the United States government, how your administration has responded to this out of 10? And he gave himself a 10. They're hoping that these restrictions will stop people transmitting the virus, because we saw at the weekend pictures from across the United States of busy bars and clubs. It is the time when a lot of colleges and universities here in the United States have spring break, and so people head off and they party and they enjoy themselves, but they are trying to stop that at the moment.
So I'm going to have to let him speak.
And Alan, the economy is the big fear, I suppose. There was a kind of a mention of the recession word, but President Trump was reluctant to use it, wasn't he?
No one in the administration wants to say that. Part of that's political, because Donald Trump is basing his re-election on the strength of the economy, and there is no doubt that it has taken a hit. They are looking at perhaps specific measures to help the airline industry, and they talked about that. There is also the possibility, too, that the bill that was passed by the House on Friday will be amended by the Senate now that they have got their hands on it. Now they are back after the weekend. One of the measures being considered has been put forward by Mitt Romney, a Republican senator. You may remember him, that he ran for president several years ago. He is suggesting that perhaps there should be a $1,000 payment made to every American to try and boost the economy. The central bank did what they thought was right on Sunday by cutting interest rates to almost zero and also introducing elements of quantitative easing, the most dramatic intervention in the American financial market since the 2008 financial crisis. But that did not reflect well in the markets. Just before they closed, the stock market was down about 3,000 points, which is a very, very significant drop. Donald Trump says it will come roaring back when they finally start to get things back to normal. But asked when that would be, he says that perhaps this may start to wash through in sometime in July or August.
Alan Fisher, thank you very much indeed.